Good morning. Glad to be back here in Tokyo. It's always a great pleasure to spend time with you. Thanks again to our friends from Tech for this great presentation and for the partnership. These guys are about to unleash a revolution in many, many industries, and we are very proud to be a partner of you guys. In the next 20 minutes, I would like to share with you a global perspective on industry transformations. All of you, all of us in this room are looking at what's going on in the world these days in terms of political, economical, societal, technological, environmental, and legal transformations. So the question for us is it a risk or is it an opportunity? We see what you see on the screen as fantastic opportunities. There's never been a better time to innovate and create, but then the question becomes, how do you do that? In the last 3 to 4 years, we have launched, as you know, the 3DEXPERIENCE platform and deployed it globally. And what you see here on the screen are some examples of these customer references across 12 industries: transportation and mobility, aerospace and defense, industrial equipment, marine and offshore, high-tech, consumer goods, consumer packaged goods, life science, financial business services, architecture and constructions, and smart cities. Across these 12 industries, Dassault Systèmes is embarked in a journey with all of these customers and many of you in this room to transform the way innovation is managed and experience are created. When we look at the common denominators across these 12 industries, what customers want to do when it comes to their digital transformation, which actually is more than a digital transformation, it's a true industry renaissance, where more and more companies are actually realizing that the most important thing is to create, manage, and capitalize all the knowledge and the know-how of their companies. We see that 5 big themes emerge. 1, start from the experience, start from the end point of what we want to deliver, what you want to deliver to your customers. 2, break the silos and connect the dots. Make sure that all the disciplines work as one. Mechanical engineering, software engineering, simulation, manufacturing, electronics, electrics come together to create the experience that you want. 3, ensure that it's done in a way that is profitable and sustainable. 4, move from supply chain to value networks. 5, unleash open innovation and at the same time ensure intellectual property protection. For today, we are going to focus on the experience part at the north of this chart. The experience is really the starting point. This is really where the success is being defined, if customers will enjoy or not the product. If a guy on a factory line using a robot will enjoy and be efficient in the way of working every day. If a doctor working with a medical device or a new drug will have a great experience in the way he's interacting with his customer, which is not a customer but a patient, and if the patient has also a great experience. So if we really, all of us, start from the experience standpoint, it changes everything. You know Dassault Systèmes for being the 3D company. But today, for this presentation, I will propose you to walk through the 3C of what we see happening across 12 industries when it comes to experiences. These experiences are becoming connected more and more, contextual, always, continuous in many, many cases. Why connected? Connected because the products are getting more and more connected. Because of Internet of Things, what we call at Dassault Systèmes Internet of Experience, the products start to interact with each other, start to talk to each other, start to exchange information, and adapt to the context in which they operate. 2, because more and more companies are delivering the product as a service. It's going to be rented, it's going to be consumed on demand, and it changes also dramatically the way engineering is done. So, connected experience because of the products. Connected experience can happen only if the people who imagine this experience and make them possible are connected with each other. If mechanical engineering and electrical engineering, if simulation engineers and software engineers can work as one. You saw in the previous example of Tactotech how important it is to have mechanical and electronics and manufacturing processes tightly coupled together in a way that is highly efficient. It's also about making open innovation a reality. So connected experience because of products, people, and also because of processes. When the processes of the company are truly connected, are truly integrated in one seamless digital thread, then can you start to be agile and adapt. This morning we met with a customer who is in this room, and they were sharing with us the fact that they're adapting extremely fast and extremely rapidly to a never-changing demand with lower volume but more variance and configuration. And unless you have truly integrated digital process, this kind of agility is really, really hard to obtain. I would like to show you a short example of a small and medium business, a small company, who has realized the importance of going fully connected in the cloud with the 3DEXPERIENCE platform.
KS Tools is an SMB with about 100 employees, specialized in professional hand tools. We're number 2 in France in this domain. Today, with our ERP system, we're managing the commercial part of the business, from product supply to sales and distributor invoicing. The issue was related to the way we were working with our service provider handling our system modification requests. We wanted to avoid too many project review sessions, ranging from changing a few parameters to more major developments. We chose Dassault Systèmes 3DEXPERIENCE collaborative solution, which meets our need to have a real-time view of all our ongoing projects. What was interesting for us was being able to do away with emails and instead to capitalize on our back and forth discussions within a single environment. The big advantage with the 3DEXPERIENCE platform is that it's on the cloud. From anywhere we have permanent access to our information and documents. That's the beauty of the cloud. As an SMB, we need an innovative and efficient solution. The 3DEXPERIENCE platform is perfectly suited to our needs and is very easy to use.
So when you listen carefully to what this customer is saying, he's using quite important words that we hear a lot, but they are particularly important for them. They are a small and medium business company, a little bit more than 100 employees, so they don't have time to lose. They don't have time to synchronize. They don't have time to exchange emails with PDF and attachments. They really want to go native in the cloud to make sure that whoever you are, whatever you do in the company, you have access real-time to the information that matters when it comes to product definition, variance, configuration, ordering systems. So everything is one single place in the cloud, real-time, no email, because there is no time for email anymore. Second topic, contextual experiences. Why is it becoming important for customers to have contextual experiences? First, because when the product adapts to you, it starts by being very simple to use. No documentation, no need to learn the product learns you, and step by step, we'll allow you to take the full benefit of the experience. So it starts by being truly universal, accessible, simple user interface, super intuitive, and that comes at a cost from an engineering standpoint. If we want to provide very simple experience for the end user, a lot of complexity has to be reincorporated into the engineering phase. So simple for the customer, more complex on the engineering. So this is really where more and more companies are heading. They want to remove the complexity. They want to remove the phase of learning from the product. Number two, these products are becoming more and more ubiquitous, always on, predictive, and adaptive. What does it mean? It means that if this is a medical device, or a smart car, or a smart truck, or any other connected object, it will learn and always listen carefully to what's going on around, adapt, predict what will happen next because of artificial intelligence, because of predictive modeling that will have been built, because of model-based system engineering that will have been carefully thought about. Hence, the product will be always on and ready to go. Number three, these experiences are becoming really unique. People want personalized experience, personalized cars, personalized robots, personalized machines that are going to adapt to me and really provide an experience that is uniquely mine, which means that this couple between the product and the context and the people who are going to interact becomes really, really important. Products, context, and people are making this experience really unique. When it comes to uniqueness and personalization, there is a big trend in one of the 12 industries we serve, which is in the life science business. This is probably the industry that progresses the fastest these days anywhere in the world. The speed at which the medical world and the health sector is transforming is mind-blowing. Let's look at an example.
And we understand now that it makes sense for the physician to think about every single patient like a unique patient, with a unique approach, a unique operation. So what is the biometric solution? How do we do? So we recreate this convergence of the three elements: the patient, the physician, the technology, the day before the operation, with a patient-specific planning. How do we do that? We develop lifelike 3D printed replicas of patient anatomy direct from their CT scan, delivering a unique practicing experience and planning experience the day before the operation. So let's dive in inside a real patient case. This is Susie. She's 43, and she's got a brain aneurysm. You can see here an angiogram. That's the medical imaging that goes from the CT scan. After 5 days, we have the organ twin of Susie. This is the brain artery of Susie. Then the physician in the operation room can do the planning, and we can see here the convergence of the three things: the patient, that is the organ twin, the physician, and the technology. What is the value for the physician to do this pre-op planning? He can do the X-ray setup. The medical images is turning around the patient, right? And you need to set up these medical images. You need to choose the right strategy, the right approach, the right access. You can size the perfect medical device for every single patient, and you can try different positioning of the device. So our vision is really to drive more decisions before the operation in a safe and replicatable environment, instead of doing this during the operation on the patient. It makes a big difference, and this is really a game changer in surgery today.
This is a massive transformation that you are looking at here. This better planning and this better anticipation upstream of what is going to happen next is really the power of modeling and virtually testing things before entering in the real world. What you saw here, the same concepts that are being used in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform for medical devices and healthcare are actually exactly the same that we use for manufacturing. Number three continues. The experience never stops. Why? Because more and more products embed software. Products are becoming intelligent, where the mechanical part and electronics continue to be very, very important, but become less relevant than before because software is becoming prevalent. So being able to innovate in the same platform, hardware and software together jointly, and content and services becomes critical. This is also the importance of artificial intelligence that we are talking about here, and blockchain for end-to-end traceability as a continuous experience. More and more products also come with content embedded, with knowledge and know-how of the engineering phase. And communities are also making this experience more viral, where consumers and users, B2B and B2C, can contribute to the evolution of the product and its usage. So we are going to make that happen in real with an example of this very little device called BME. Think of BME as a video projector with loudspeaker. So it's a high-tech product, connected, that already exists, and we want to make it even smarter with an autofocus function. So here I go in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, and the entire team who is currently thinking about evolving this product is going to collaborate and join a community where everyone will be able to listen to what's going on outside, to look at the competition, to look at the trends, and start step by step to imagine the evolution of the product. So we are talking about open communities, but also extremely controlled from a security standpoint. Only people who are authorized to contribute will be able to contribute, and all the IP will be protected. Once the concepts have been very quickly imagined, we go into the first phase of product line definition and product portfolio structure. So here we are in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform in Enovia, and you see that very quickly we are going to manage the variants and the configuration. We also start from existing requirements from the previous products, but we are going to evolve the requirements. So no email, no PDF, everything is managed natively in the platform. Then we go in the architecture definition on the model-based system engineering, integration of all the systems of systems, and the traceability of everything that we are going to do. So in this case, we are going to trace that the code we are going to create to manage a new autofocus function will be based on the requirement. So the system traceability becomes really critical. Then once you have that, you can dispatch the workload and have the developers working, for example, on Visual Studio, start to develop the code that will be embedded in the hardware. At the same time, there is another team. This team could be in Tokyo, but the other team will be in the US, and they are going to work here in a different software environment. So in this case, it's Eclipse, and they are going to manage their code. But everything they do is actually managed, underlined, by the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So mechanical, electronics, and software are governed in the same environment, including the DevOps part. So here, for example, we have Jenkins integrated with the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. And by being able to do a Git build directly in a repository, all of this information will come in the platform. So once you have all of the components in the platform, mechanical, electronics, and software, you can simulate, you can play, except that at this stage, nothing real exists yet. But this is perfectly correct from an engineering standpoint, because every single subsystem has been defined. Every single part, every single component, every single electronics piece, every single line of code is actually governed by the platform, including the look and feel. Because the CAD is natively managed in the platform, then you can render in high-quality visual the experience of the user. Once everyone is OK and we are ready to go, then every single discipline is going to do what they have to do. The mechanical engineer, here in this example, you have the electronics engineer. They are going to do the circuit board directly in SolidWorks PCB connectors. But it could be in Altium, in Zuken, in Mentor, in Synopsys for semiconductor parts. So all of that is being done natively in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform and managed, including the bill of material. As you see here, we can manage multi-CAD environment, thus allowing you to have a full, complete management of the experience you want to create. And this is really super powerful to have in one place everything you need to do, all the engineering tasks that you have to do, including radio frequency and electromagnetism simulation. Because in this very specific case, this device is connected, so it has antennas. So we need to ensure that all the designs we are building, all the electronics that we are managing are going to work as planned, including at the electromagnetism and radio frequency level. The team gets together physically in front of a screen, as you saw, or remotely in the cloud. They can manage all their tasks with agile management techniques, with plan, do, check, act, with preliminary, ready, in work, and in review. So all the product reviews, all the dashboards on project and program management are actually managed natively here in the platform, thus allowing anyone, wherever they are, to know what's going on, is it working as planned, and what's next. So this is really this dimension of open collaboration and very strong traceability across all the disciplines that the 3DEXPERIENCE platform makes possible today. We are not talking about science fiction here. We are talking about real code in production. We can go even one step further and start to plan the manufacturing, ensure that we generate automatically Gantt chart and workload, that we are going to model and check that the factory lines will be exactly the one that we need, that the work instructions will be generated automatically from the BOM and the PLM system, and in a very simple way, keep track of everything that's going on across manufacturing execution systems and manufacturing optimization management processes. So this is really a very short demonstration of how the platform allows you to have this digital thread end-to-end from early planning to delivery of the product. So, quick summary, connected experiences with product, people, and process, contextual experiences with universal, ubiquitous, and unique, continuous experience with code, content, and community. Then the question becomes, what does Dassault Systèmes do in this space? What we do is very simple. What we want to provide you is an environment, a business and technological environment, where you can connect the world of virtual and real. The world of virtual is about modelization, simulation, and visualization. The world of real is about making, experiencing, and learning. And we really want to make sure that these two worlds get closer and closer and closer to the point that you can have in the same environment a way of being imaginative, immersive, collaborative, and predictive when it comes to experiences. In conclusion, I would like to illustrate very briefly with a very short video how all that comes together with some of our customers.
Innovations in the automotive industry are going to change not only the way we drive, but the way we live. The future is all about cars that can connect to their drivers, to other cars on the road, and the city infrastructure that surrounds them.
I think there are a lot of parallels between how people interact with their smartphones and what you'll be able to do in a car very soon. And when you have a connected car, when you have a car that's engineered as a platform, the car will get better and better, and the experience will continue to get better the longer you own it, which is a pretty big paradigm shift for the industry.
The sector is at the moment completely rethinking the way they design cars or the way they produce cars. All this innovation is all about people, and it's all about defining a brand new experience for drivers and for passengers. Dassault Systèmes has been working with car manufacturers, suppliers for many years. We use a hyper-realistic environment where people can put themselves in a fully immersive environment. So engineers can use that to simulate exactly the behavior of the car system. So Dassault Systèmes' smart, safe, and connected car experience help manufacturers to design autonomous car.
An autonomous car is a car which takes over all the driving tasks. There are as many situations where you don't feel any joy of driving. Standing in a traffic jam, finding a parking space, all these are tasks which can be taken over by the car.
As you look into the future of a fully autonomous world, the idea of driving becomes much more about what I want to do. If I'm with the family and I'm driving on a trip and I want to spend time with the family, I have the opportunity to engage with them more.
With the majority of traffic accidents caused by driver error, the autonomous car will make our roads safer. Computerized driving will improve efficiency, helping to reduce traffic congestion, making the city of the future a cleaner place to live.
Traffic, safety, pollution will be the primary issue that we need to solve. It will be the main driver for innovation in the automotive sector.
You can picture a world where, as a parent, you feel incredibly confident about your kid driving. You know that the driving experience is going to be safer than it's ever been before. And that's really the magic of all the technology we're talking about. It's exciting, and my son is going to have a blast when he's 16, and I'm also going to know he's going to be safer than I ever was when I was at his age.
So this is why we built the platform. We really enjoy working with all these companies, and especially with Japanese companies who are really stretching us and pushing us. So thanks a lot for that. Enjoy the 3D Experience Forum, engage with us, and have a fantastic conference. Thank you.